Okay. Beta. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from.
Say, what it do, with the camp sound like a lamp. Big bounce hog, bounce dog, K-Po through the door. Hit the top to this box. Fuck it, man. Solidical, maybe tough times don't last. Cause people do the knife self. Call them in the fight line, be mad at peak game, at the foes of what's swing. This video will go on bounce hog boxing and clutch factory, right? Cause this is breaking news right here. So, Abdullah Mason, fight is made between him and Sam Noates. They will be fighting for the vacant 135 WBO title. They will be on the undercard of the Brian Norman and Devin Haney card. Along on that card, we just found out that David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard will be on that card. So you got 3 championship fights back to back on that card. I gotta give Turkey his credit. He hitting on all cylinders on this one. You know, he hitting on all cylinders. This jackpot. I gotta give him his credit. I gotta give Turkey. I gotta give Turkey Calls his credit. It's a fire card. I'm excited about it. You got Abdullah Mason on that card fighting a very game Sam Noates. Now Sam Noates is on a win streak. He's on a 23 fight win streak. He lost his first professional fight, and since then he been on it. You know what I'm saying? He got 17 knockouts. He's 24-1. And then you got Abdullah Mason, who's 19-0 with 17 knockouts. I look at this fight like this. I would favor Abdullah Mason, right? I would. I think Abdullah Mason could win this fight fairly easily. I'm not going to lie to you. If he stay on his jab and use angles, right, to control Sam Noates. Because Sam Noates is a pressure fighter. He's going to look to try to plot pressure. He's going to look to break down Abdullah Mason, right? Now, I'm sitting here saying that's the wrong thing for you to do against that dude, Abdullah Mason. In my opinion, I feel like Abdullah Mason gonna stop Sam Noates. That's my opinion. But this is a true test. This is to see if Abdullah Mason is really on that level. It's to see if Sam Noates is really on that level. Both of these guys are fighting young in their careers where they could, you know, just make a break. You know what I mean? But I like the fight. You know what I mean? I think Sam Noates is a little bit older than Abdullah Mason, but it don't matter. I think Abdullah Mason is ready, and I would favor him to win this fight. You know what I'm saying? This particular fight is what I want for Abdullah Mason, and I want him to continue to ascend after this. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see Abdullah Mason with Keyshawn Davis. I'm telling you, there's a reason why Keyshawn Davis didn't make weight against Edwin De Los Santos. I think it's a little bit of Abdullah Mason and Edwin De Los Santos, the danger. You know what I mean? He strategically came in overweight, so he ain't got to worry about, you know what I mean, that young boy right there from Cleveland. Because Abdullah Mason, I'm telling y'all, he a killer, bro. I'm telling y'all. Y'all think I'm playing, bro? That man a killer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a silent killer. You know? That's his mentality. I mean, okay, cool. All right. You don't see a sign of weakness in him. You know what I mean? When I don't mean like a sign of weakness, I'm not talking about like as a fighter. I'm talking about just his mentality. Like, you don't feel like he's second guessing himself. You feel the confidence. You ever get around somebody, they quiet, and somebody talking trash to that, you know, that person, like some dude's finna fight in the street, right? And the dude talking, he talking mucho, and the other dude quiet. But you don't feel like, you don't get that sense of he's scared. You get that sense of like, he just waiting for this dude that's talking to do something. And he finna snap. That's Abdullah Mason. He like that pit bull when you walk in the yard and he just raises his head up and look at you and water dripping out his mouth. And he just looking. He ain't barking. He just looking. But he walking close to you. You like, that's Abdullah Mason, bro. I got Abdullah Mason stopping Sam Noates. I don't know what round, but I just see a stoppage from Abdullah Mason. I think he going to use angles. I think Abdullah Mason has more in his arsenal, and he got more tools. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to say Abdullah Mason can't get knocked out because Sam Noates does have power, right? Sam Noates does have power, right? He got 17 knockouts. So he'll be able to, if he land on a button on Abdullah Mason, he can drop him. Abdullah Mason has been down by that Dominican dude with that reverse ball fade. That boy head was messed up, man. But I'm saying at the end of the day, Abdullah Mason has been down. So the key thing for Abdullah Mason is to utilize his jab. Stay on his jab and use angles, in my opinion. Use angles and run him and counter that dude. Run him into stuff. I think if he ever do that, he could stop him. Sam Noates, what he got to do is apply pressure. Work behind the jab, work behind his punches, and apply pressure Abdullah Mason, right? Keep Abdullah Mason on the ropes. Make it a rough, rugged fight, and just beat on Abdullah Mason. Hit the biceps, hit the shoulders, hit the hips. You know what I'm saying? Just beat on Abdullah Mason. If he's able to do that, he can get a stoppage. I can see him stopping Abdullah Mason. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm picking Abdullah Mason. I think Abdullah Mason going to win by stoppage. I think Abdullah Mason finna capture his first world title, and then it's finna be the Mason show after that. Abdullah Mason finna take over the 135-pound division. I'm telling y'all. Mark my words. That little young dude right there is a problem. He just keep getting better. Keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got a lot of tools in his belt. Out of all the young fighters, I would say he the one that could blossom and take over the sport. Right? Quietly. Because, you know, he not a talker. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna talk. But he don't need to talk. You know what I mean? He don't need to talk. He gonna be that dude that just quietly just take over the sport, bro. That people gonna think twice about fighting. That's what it is. You know what I mean? That's why Keyshawn Davis ain't in the division no more. We keep it 1,000. So I like this fight. You know what I mean? I really do. I like this fight. I like this card. Good job by Turkey. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give him his credit. Turkey Combs, good job. You know? Just don't put no ring men up there. Because we don't want to see no ring men up there where you in the crowd with your hand under them sheets. Talking about take that money. Take that money. I don't want to see that, bro. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's go.